With more Hoosiers testing positive for COVID-19 every day, part of the work during the pandemic includes contact tracing. WRTV's Troy Washington spoke with people who have had the virus to find out how this process works.
When Brent Lyle got this text message, he was too sick to respond right away.
I was at a point in that sickness where I didn't really want to engage with anyone. It was painful to talk, because it's almost like any time I would breathe too hard or speak.
He was diagnosed with the coronavirus back in August.
I know exactly where it came from.
He knows he got the virus from a relative, but still the Indiana State Department of Health wanted to make sure they did contact tracing.
Actually reached out to me through email, text, and phone call.
Once he was finally up to talking, here's what he says the process is like.
It was simple set of questions. You know, do you know that you're positive? Yes, I did find that out. Do you know who you have been around in the past X number of days since the first symptoms that you felt? Yes, I do. And can you identify if anyone within the last 72 hours has been exposed to you who wasn't already in quarantine with you?
Larika Watson is a social worker. She was diagnosed with COVID-19 in April. She says back then she didn't get the call Lyle is talking about.
I never received a phone call. I just knew based off what the CDC had recommended was to, pretty much stay in home. I called my supervisor. I was like, hey, I tested positive. Here are my results. Can you please find somebody to see my client?
Recently, there's been a big push by the health department to slow the spread through interviewing people with COVID-19 and using that information to reach others.
For us, I think it just is it's almost like a social or personal responsibility.
Working for you, Troy Washington, WRTV.
We asked the Marion County Health Department about the trends they're seeing when it comes to COVID-19 transmission. They directed us to a map of the state's hotspots, which you can find right now at WRTV.com.